Hello my dear students, welcome to the class of social science. In today's class, let us discuss about political science third chapter, that is state government. In this, you will get detailed information about the structure of the state government. Okay, students, we all know that India is a union of 28 states and 9 union territories. Okay. The Union of India comprises how many states? 28 states and 9 union territories. Okay. 28 states and 9 union territories. And state government follow the same model of the central government. The state governments of India follow same model of central government. In last chapter we discussed about the union government. The structure of union government we discussed in detail. Okay, almost all the state governments of our country follow the same model. Okay, the states which are having two houses, I mean Vidhan Sabha and Vidhana Parishad, they will follow the same model of the central government. And in India, only few states are having Vidhana Sabha and Vidhana Parishad, both. And many states are not having both Vidhana Sabha and Vidhana Parishad. Only Vidhana Sabha are there in many states of India. We are the people of Karnataka state. We have both houses in our state assembly. Okay, Vidhana Sabha and Vidhana Parishad, both are there in our Karnataka state. Okay, so as I told just now, state governments follow the same model of the central government, and thus they have the legislature, executive and judiciary in the same like central government. They have the legislature and the executive and the judiciary. Okay, three organs of the government: legislature, executive and judiciary are the three important organs of the government. Okay, either it is central government or state government. Next, as I told earlier, some states have two houses, Vidhana Sabha, Vidhana Parishad, and few states have only Vidhana Sabha. Okay, our Karnataka state is having both houses like the parliament. Okay, how parliament has two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. In the same manner, our Karnataka state government has two houses, Vidhana Sabha, Vidhana Parishad. Okay, now we have to discuss about the concept state legislature. We are discussing about Karnataka state legislature, not about the other state legislature. Karnataka state legislature, important points we have to discuss now. Okay. The state legislature comprises governor and two houses. Karnataka state legislature comprises governor and two houses. That two houses are Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. Okay, Vidhana Sabha and Vidhana Parishads. And here Vidhana Parishad is known as upper house of the state legislature. Okay, Vidhana Parishad is known as upper house and Vidhana Sabha is known as lower house of the state legislature. Okay. Next, the legislative assembly is the representative of the people. The legislative assembly of Karnataka state and other states is the representative of the people, and legislative council is the representatives from various fields. Okay, legislative assembly is the representative of the people. People will directly elect the people for the legislative assembly. Okay, through voting. And the legislative council is the representative of various fields. Okay, they all will not be directly elected by the people through election. Okay, that is the important point you have to know. Now we will discuss about Vidhana Sabha first among the two houses of state legislature. Okay, Vidhana Sabha. Vidhana Sabha or assembly. The strength of Vidhana Sabha depends upon the population of the state. Okay, based upon the population of the particular state, the strength of the member of the Vidhana Sabha varies from one state to another state, because all states of India is not having the same number of population. Okay, population varies from one state to another state. So because of that reason, the number of members of Vidhana Sabha also varies from one state to another state. What is the main indicator of that? The indicator of the member of the Vidhana Sabha of a particular state is the total number of population. If the population is more, number of Vidhana Sabha members are more. If the population is less, number of Vidhana Sabha members are less. That's all. Okay. Next, there is a fixation of maximum number of Vidhana Sabha member and minimum number of the Vidhana Sabha member. Okay. No state is allowed to cross that number. No state should have less than that number. But in few condition, for few states, it is exception. Okay. According to the constitution, maximum number of seats should not exceed in any state in Vidhana Sabha, that is 500. Okay, in Vidhana Sabha, maximum number of seats should not exceed 500. 500 is the maximum limit of the Vidhana Sabha members. Okay, whatever population it may be. Or it should not below 60. Maximum limit is 500 and minimum it should not cross below 60. Okay, 60 is the must. Okay, that is the important point you have to remember. Next, governor can nominate one member from Anglo-Indian community to state assembly or Vidhana Sabha. Okay, governor has complete right to nominate one Anglo-Indian community member as a member of Vidhana Sabha. Right? Governor nominates one Anglo-Indian community member to Vidhana Sabha or state assembly. Okay, next, however, the number of seats Okay, however, the number of states in small states it is less. For example, in Mizoram and Goa, it is just 40 members in Vidhan Sabha. Mizoram and Goa. Only these two states are exception in India. In these two states, the number of members of State Assembly or Vidhana Sabha is just 40. Okay. Only for these two states that rule is not applying, it is exception 1. Okay. And for remaining all states, maximum number of Vidhan Sabha member is 500, minimum number is 60. Okay. Except Mizoram and Goa, that you have to remember. Next, the Vidhana Sabha of Karnataka has 225 members. Okay, our Karnataka Vidhana Sabha has Vidhana Sabha members. Total how many members? 225. Right? In that 224 members are directly elected by the people through election by giving their valuable votes, right? And remaining one member is an Anglo-Indian community member. He will be directly nominated by the president. So total 225. This is the number of Karnataka Vidhana Sabha members. Okay. Next, you have to know that what are the qualifications required to become a member of Vidhana Sabha of any state of India. Okay, qualifications. Qualifications of Vidhana Sabha members. The most important qualification in India for an individual to contest any election, either it is Gram Panchayat membership election or it is a presidential election, the most important qualification for all the contestants are he or she should be a citizen of India. He or she should be a citizen of India. Okay, that is the most important qualification required. Next, should have complete 25 years of age. Second qualification. He or she should have complete minimum 25 years of age. That is the must. Minimum 25 years age should be completed by the candidate. Next, should not be employed in any office of profit of the government. Should not be appoint any office of profit of the government. Okay, this is the one more qualification required to become a member of Vidhana Sabha. And one more qualification, should not have been punished by any court. Should not have been punished by any court of law. That is the one more qualification required to become a member of Vidhana Sabha. And should not be an unsound mind person. Okay, should not be an unsound mind. That is the one more qualification required to become a member of Vidhana Sabha. And should not be an insolvent. Should not be an insolvent. That is the one more qualification required to become a member of Vidhana Sabha. Along with that, should possess all the qualifications decided by the Parliament time to time. Time to time, Parliament will decide what are the required qualifications for member of Vidhana Sabha, and it will change that qualifications time to time. That all qualifications should be possessed by the candidates who are contesting for the Vidhana Sabha election or assembly election or for the MLA election. Okay, these are the points considered qualifications of the member of Vidhana Sabha. Okay, next we have to move to the concept, that is term or office. The term of the office of State Assembly. The term of the office of State Assembly or Vidhana Sabha, or the term of the MLA is member of Legislative Assembly, is 5 years. Okay, 5 years only. 5 years term. Okay, and assembly may dissolve. Assembly may dissolve before expiring the full term. Okay, assembly may dissolve before expiring the full term on recommendation of the cabinet. Okay, according to the recommendation of the cabinet, governor has complete right to dissolve the assembly before expiring the term. Before completing the 5 years of term, governor have right to dissolve the assembly anytime, but the recommendation of the cabinet is very essential to do that work. Okay, next during that time, if the assembly is dissolved by the governor, during that time the state will come under the presidential rule. Assembly is dissolved by the governor, then the state will come under President's rule. President's rule is, during that time, governor is the whole and sole head of the government. Okay, in the name of a president, government will take charge of complete administration of the state when the time of the presidential rule. Okay, and if the member do not want to continue as a member of state assembly, in such a case, okay, that member should give resignation to the speaker. Member does not want to continue as a member of state assembly should give resignation to whom? Speaker of Vidhana Sabha. Okay, speaker will receive that resignation and he will approve that resignation. Okay, and speaker and the deputy speaker, how they will choose in Vidhana Sabha? Among the elected members of Vidhana Sabha, that elected members only choose one as a speaker and one member as a deputy speaker among themselves. Okay, that is the important point. Next, all the proceedings of the state assembly or all the proceedings of the assembly house will be carried on under the chairmanship of the speaker. Okay. Speaker is the chairman of state assembly or Vidhana Sabha. Okay. Next, about state assembly, other important point, the role of speaker here. Okay, what the role of speaker and what important role speaker will perform. Okay, speaker will maintain the peace, dignity and decorum of the house. Okay, peace, dignity and the decorum of the house will be maintained by the speaker. That is the major responsibility of the speaker, and he has the right to summoning the meeting or session or postponing the meeting. That right is there in the hands of speaker. Any meeting he can postpone or he can summon the meeting, and he is safeguarding the rights, okay, rights of the members. He is safeguarding the rights of the members of Vidhan Sabha, and he has right to casting the decisive vote. Okay, speaker has right to cast the decisive vote when the bill receives equal number of votes. Okay, if the bill receives equal number of votes, then speaker vote will become a decisive vote, right? Either he may cast his vote supporting to that bill or opposing that bill. Okay, I mean for or against, that will be decided by the speaker. Okay, and during that time speaker vote will get more value. If a bill gets equal majority in both Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad, during that time speaker vote will become the decisive vote. He may cast his vote either for or against to that bill, right? This is about the role of speaker. Next we have to move to power and functions of the Legislative Assembly. Powers and functions of Legislative Assembly. Okay. In that, first one is legislative power. Legislative powers. Under the legislative powers of the State Assembly has power to frame the laws. Okay, State Assembly has power to frame the laws, subject which are mentioned in the state list and concurrent list. Frame laws, subjects mentioned in state list and concurrent list. This is the most important power or function of the State Assembly. Okay, and second one is bill have to be passed. Bill have to be passed by both the house before they send to the governor for his signature. Okay, bill have to be passed in both the houses, in Vidhana Sabha and also in Vidhana Parishad. Then only it will forwarded to the governor's chamber for his approval or his signature. Okay, next governor may send that bill with some direction, or he may send back that bill for reconsideration, or some bill governor may forward or send to the president for approval. Okay, not all the bills, few bills governor may send it to the approval of the president. Okay, so these are the points comes under legislative powers of the State Assembly. Next, we have to move to the financial powers of the State Assembly. Second one. Financial powers. Under the financial powers of State Assembly, the state legislature has greater power than the council in matter of finance. Okay, the State Legislative Assembly is greater power than the State Legislative Council in matter of the financial bill. assembly has greater power than legislative council in matter of financial bill or in matter of finance, because financial bill first presents only in legislative assembly. Okay, legislative council is not have the right to introduce any financial bill first. Okay, first the financial bill of the state will be introduced in legislative assembly only. So we can say that in matter of financial bill, legislative assembly has greater power than the legislative council. Okay, and the council will has the power to reject any financial bill, or it can delay for 14 days. Okay, the bill which is passed by the legislative assembly, that bill in the legislative council, they can return it for proper suggestion or reconsideration of that bill to legislative assembly, and council has power to reject. Okay, sorry, council does not have right to reject any bill passed by the legislative assembly. Okay, the financial bill which is passed by the legislative assembly does not be rejected by the legislative council. Okay, but legislative council can keep that bill for 14 days, or it may delay to give its approval. Okay, or it may return that bill through some suggestions for reconsideration. Okay, but legislative council have no right to reject any financial bill passed by the legislative assembly. Okay, only for 14 days it can keep with in its office, but after 14 days it should give answer for that. If legislative council is not passed any message to legislative assembly, even after 14 days, Vidhana Parishad, the legislative assembly members will think that Vidhana Parishad gave approval for the bill, and they will forward that bill to the signature of the governor. Okay, so Vidhana Parishad should give either approval, or it should give some suggestion for reconsideration. Okay, or else it should give approval for that bill within 14 days. Okay, even after 14 days, if no answer from the Vidhana Parishad, what the Vidhana Sabha will think? Vidhana Parishad approved our bill, and they will forward that bill copy to the governor for his approval. Okay, these are the major points comes under the financial powers of the state legislature. Okay, under the powers and functions of the legislative assembly, few more powers are remaining to discuss, and other points regarding to legislative assembly we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.